Good morning, my little dumpster fire babies. How is everyone doing this morning? I hope that your day's off to a wonderful, fantastic start. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is Carrington. Love for you to join this dumpster fire family. You can do so by hitting that subscribe button, clicking the little bell to be notified of all my future uploads. If you all enjoyed this video, then definitely go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget, go and follow me over on Instagram. And let's dive into today's exciting video, which I'm sure you saw by the title, is going to be the new Kylie in collaboration with Wizard of Oz. I love the Wizard of Oz. I absolutely love it. It's so good. I'm actually having a customized tumbler made for me. That's Wizard of Oz. And then I have another tumbler that is Wizard of Oz that's currently being washed. But I love me some Wizard of Oz. That was a classic. That was a classic. So I bought the whole collection. I bought the whole thing. So what all came in this collection? All right. Well, first off, we have this brush set. We have one that's kind of like a blush or contour. We have kind of like a little pencil brush, a liner brush. We have a tapered blending brush. And then we have this right here. Oh. It's thundering here. In the middle of December. Okay. Not really for sure if I would use this anywhere for the eyes. Like, this thing's huge. I don't know. But like maybe like just set underneath my eyes. I don't know. Maybe. So those are the brush sets that they came with. They are very soft. I will see how they perform on the face. I just keep dropping stuff. Then we have this that comes in like a little ornament, which is like the little beautiful ruby slippers. And inside, this is a metallic lipstick. Listen, I'm going to be the first to say I'm not usually much of a fan of metallic lipsticks, if we're going to be honest. But it comes in like a really cute, like sleek, like packaging. We'll go ahead and we will swatch that. Okay. So it's a pretty red, pink. It's got some like gold glitter in it. Definitely, again, this type of formula isn't my favorite. It doesn't matter who it comes from, truthfully. It's just not my favorite. Next up comes these three matte lip paint set. So I just love the packaging. It's got the characters on it. It's so cute. It's so cute. I know this is Kylie Cosmetics. I literally have barely bought anything from her just because I don't like supporting her. But this is the Wizard of Oz, you guys. This is the Wizard of Oz. Ooh. Okay. So first off, we have this pretty red. This is in Click Your Heels. So this right here is a blue base red. This is probably going to be perfect. Perfect for the holiday season that is coming up. Of course, you can wear red without it being for the holiday season. I mean, obviously. The next one we have is, oh geez, There's No Place Like Home. So this is kind of like a pinky brown type of shade. And then last up we have this one right here. This is called Over the Rainbow. I'm pretty sure they want you to sing whenever you say that name. I'm pretty sure. And then this one's kind of like a little bit more of like a mauve color. I think these three colors are really pretty. It's pretty versatile, I would say. Like you have a couple, like you have like a nude option, you have a little bit more mauve, and then you do have that bright red that would be great for the holidays. Next up, and this is my favorite packaging, is this right here. I love this so much. Okay. And this is the Transformative Lip Tint. Is that all it says? In Emerald City. Oh. Listen, I did not see what like all of these products were supposed to be or what they were supposed to do. I literally just look. Ooh, okay. So it literally starts out as green and then it quickly changes to a color. I don't know if the color is different for everybody. I'm assuming it's one of those like pH type things. Mine is kind of a pinky purple. Like it kind of reminds me of the Dior blush is what like my shade is. I don't know what everybody else's shade is, but that's what I think of with my shade. So last up is going to be this eye and face palette. is it? Yes. Eye and Face Pressed Powder Palette. So it looks like it comes with a highlighter, a blush, and some eyeshadows. Again, I really do like the outer covering of this. You know, you fall asleep in the poppy field. So I hope this is kind of like, I don't know, poppy field related, maybe. I don't know. Okay, I like how it comes. The color story, you have like this cute mirror. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to swatch the first shade. Just going to go through them. So we have Glinda the Good Witch. This is a very topperish, like a champagne pink kind of a color. They feel kind of hard and scratchy, these shades do. Next up is Crystal Ball. But I will say swatches pretty nicely. This is like a mauve type color. Then we have this right here called Wicked Witch. Didn't swatch the best either. But that's just kind of like a basic green. Next up, we have the shade Dorothy. I thought this was a shimmer, but it's actually a blue, like a sky blue with just some glitter reflex in it. Then we have Wild Poppies, and this is just kind of like a mustard yellow. What I will say though, is I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that it's a mustard yellow because the poppies are like this like reddish type color. I don't know. I just thought that would have gone better. Okay, next up is going to be Broomstick, which is just a very basic, neutral leaning cool type of brown. Next up we have I'm Melting. So this is kind of like a pinkish, red, orange type of shimmer. Next up we have Sweet. And this is just kind of like a very like pinky type of tone, peachy peach, pinky peach. Wow. Next up I have Cowardly Lion. This is definitely more of like a gold type shade. And then we have a like teal kind of a shimmer. This is Scarecrow. Next up is a silver. This is Tin Man. And then last for the eyeshadow part is this really dark brown, and that's in Toto. Again, there's some of these shades where I'm just kind of like, what? Like the Wild Poppies, and Toto probably, yes. And Toto. I think the reason why I feel like it's off for me is because Toto's a black dog. So where we got like the brown, I don't know. But I think it would have been beneficial to have Toto be like a black shade. So then we have a highlighter called Yellow Brick Road. Let's see. Does this show up? Okay, this might be too deep for me, if we're going to be honest. And then we have this blush called Wizard of Oz, which is like a really cute, like pinky peach type of shade. I will say this formula feels very rough upon swatching. This is my first palette that I have purchased from Kylie since she has rebranded. And so I have this. I will say though, it definitely just feels just very rough and gritty almost compared to like her other formula. But again, look at that mirror. Look how cute that is. All right, so let's go ahead and let's dive on into a look. But let's start off with this shade right here called Broomstick. Oh. The amount of kick up is atrocious, and it's getting into the other shades, and it wasn't really packing on the brush. So just be mindful of that. But let's see how well this goes. I have primed my eyes. I used my Rare Beauty one today, and I sat it with some Maybelline Fit Me powder. Okay, so even though I am subjecting myself to a ton of kick up in the pan, falling into other shades so I can get some pigmentation, this is definitely going to be a formula that's going to need to be built up. Now, just because I say it needs to be built up does not mean this is a bad shadow. This does not mean this is a bad shadow formula. It just means it needs to be built up, and I know a ton of people, so many people. I especially like something really that needs to be built up when I'm doing like other people's makeup. But it's just something like if you want something that's going to have intense pigment right away, this is not going to be the palette or the shadows for you, for sure. If you hate such atrocious kick up that it's literally getting all over your other shades, again, I don't think this is going to be the palette for you. So just saying that just so you are a little bit mindful. Okay, so now we're gonna move on into another shade. Let's go into the shade right here called Crystal Ball, and we're gonna use our first little brush from Kylie Cosmetics. And even on this, it doesn't tell you like the purpose, like what this should be used for. So I don't know if she's like opening it up to like your own creativity or just didn't want to waste time, or, you know, I don't really know. Okay, I just saw this on Instagram that this was a collection and I purchased it. Okay, I did not read any details. I did not watch any details. I just purchased. For the outer corner, I'm going to go into this shade right here called Toto. Also, let me know, you guys, I've purchased so many tumblers. So many tumblers. It's ridiculous. I've had a lot like custom made. Oh, let me know if you guys want me to do an Etsy haul, because I bought more than just tumblers. I bought like customized blankets. I've bought tumblers. I've bought shirts. Like, I just bought so much. If you guys want an updated tumbler haul, let me know, because I'm full of tumblers. We now need to choose a shimmer. So we have this shade. That one's cute. No, actually, let's go with Tin Man. Ooh, that's pretty. I have no complaints, Saya. This is fantastic. So one thing I really like to do is to prime and hydrate my lips. I want to go in with this Transformative Lip Tint and have this as my like lip plumper, lip balm to like interesting. It's kind of fruity. It's not like, okay, hold on. It almost reminds me of like a almost like maybe like pears or cucumber melon, like from Bath and Body Works. That's what the scent kind of reminds me of. It is comfortable. It's definitely giving me a color. I feel like this is a little bit more pink. On the back of my hand is like a pinky purple, but on my lips, it's definitely a lot more pink. Let's go ahead. Let's move on into the lower lash line. Let's see if I can do something maybe a little bit different. Let's start off with the shade Wild Poppies right here. I'm going to take that and I'm just going to start smoking that right underneath the lash line. This might take a little bit of building up, and indeed it is going to. I can't believe it's literally thundering and lightning here. Like, I'm just blown away. We're gonna be honest here. I am blown away. What's the weather like where you guys are? Cannot believe it is raining. We've only had snow once this year, and it was not a lot, just because it was literally in like the 60s the previous days, and then it just like dropped and it snowed. And so it like didn't stick to any of the roads, like stuck in people's grass, but like that's it. Okay, next up, let's try shade The Wicked Witch. I knew I had to include this somewhere. Okay, I knew I did. I love The Wicked Witch. I feel like I really like the original Wizard of Oz. They with like Judy Garland. I know that they like with Mila Kunis in it, where she turns into the Wicked Witch, and it kind of gives like a backstory of like how the wizard came to be, as well as like the Wicked Witch of like the West. So I like that, but I don't know. I just feel like the original will probably always, 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 forever and ever have like such a special place for me. I'm going to go into Glinda the Good Witch. I'm going to put that on my inner corner. And so that's what we did. Well, this is turning out kind of cute. It's very, very like, it's kind of falling out on the face. I'm sure it has something to do. You know what? Let's try a different brush. Let's try a different brush and see what happens. See if it's just like that brush in particular that's making it really crumbly. I don't think so. I think it's, yeah, no. It doesn't matter on the brush. It just falls out everywhere. It's just like a very crumbly shade. And so I did already bronze my face because we don't have a bronzer to try. But we do have a blush and a highlight. So I'm going to take the little blush brush. And this is the shade Wizard of Oz. Oh, shoot. Oh, wow. That's a lot of kick up. Okay. But it almost kind of looks like it just disappears. Let's see. Oh, nope. It does not disappear. It looks like it disappears. But the lie detector test and my face has given away the fact that it is not. It is definitely on the brush. Okay. Yeah, it was on the brush, but it definitely is still just like not as pigmented as I was thinking. So let's try this again. There we go. A little bit more zhuzh to the face. We all could use some zhuzh. I mean, I could use some zhuzh. So now we have, this is the part that's making me just a little nervous, is going to be this highlighter. I really feel like it's too deep. Oh, I have a feeling I'm going to hate this. Okay. I'm kind of panicking. So I'm just going to take a little bit at first on my brush and then see what happens. I like blend it out. Maybe if I lightly do it, we can make this work. Ooh, I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous. And I'm gonna dance with my hands hurting. Il a c'est l'amour. Okay, was that too deep? Slightly. It's a little bit slightly too deep, but like, it's just like the most, slightly, right? Like it doesn't, you can just tell that it's gold. Like when I look forward, you can see the gold here. It doesn't look bad towards the back, but this is definitely very gold. So if you have a lighter skin tone, this probably, or a light skin tone like me, this probably just will not work out. It is now time for us to choose the most important step, a lip color. Okay, it's probably not the most important. But again, we have these three options. So we could, let's see. So we have red. I'm nervous to like put these on my lips because I struggled getting that off. It's like my hand. I don't know. I don't know if I love the red for this. Next up is going to be There's No Place Like Home. No. No. Too nude for me. I'm not a huge fan of super nude lips. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I'm just not. So then the last one is going to be Over the Rainbow. So let's see. You know what? This one's okay. I think I like this one the most. All right, so we are back for the completed and final look. What do you guys think? I think it came out pretty well. I'm like obsessed with how the skin looks. That also has a lot to do with like the powders and things like that I used. Not so much the Kylie collection. But I do think that like the upper eye looks so good. The bottom looks okay. I love the lip color. And everything else turned out really good as well. So let's go ahead. Let's dive on into my thoughts on these products with a good old-fashioned... That's right. We're going to rank these products. This is something I like to do so you guys can see what might be worth your money, what might not be. In last place is going to be... I did not even use this. I already know I'm going to hate it. It's this metallic. I do not like metallic lips. I just do not. It's too much for me. I bought a Makeup Forever last year because Sephora had a huge sale on them. Like they were like $8, something like that. So I got one. It was at that moment I knew I missed it. It was at that moment that I should not have spent any money because to me it wasn't even worth $10. If you like metallics, you may like this. Again, for me, I just don't. I don't think it's a bad formula. Like it feels, you know, really creamy. It does take it a little bit to kind of get on to whatever it is you're trying to get on. But if you like metallics, you might like this. I don't think the formula is terrible or anything. I just don't like metallics at all. Next up is going to be this brush set. First of all, I love the color. I love that it's emerald. It makes me happy. It makes my little heart and soul so happy. I will say they're nice and soft. I didn't have any issues with trying to pick up the product or anything else. I think for me, I could have appreciated a couple different brushes, like adding in some brushes. We only have one face brush. I feel like we could have done with maybe another one. This one I did use to set underneath my eyes, and it is really good to set your eyes with. So I maybe would have kept that, but I know a lot of people do something different, like use puffs under their eyes, sponges to bake or whatever the case may be. So I personally could have done without this and used something like a more of like a fluffy type brush for the eyes instead. The pencil brush was good. The liner brush, I don't really do a ton of like liners where I would use this. Other people might, so this might be a great brush to include. But for me, I would have preferred something where I can really like get into like the inner corner over this. But that's just me. Just because again, I'm not really doing a ton of liner. I do my liner to like line my eyes to put my lashes on. But if we're talking any other type of liner, I'm just not doing that. So for me, that was kind of a waste. So there were two brushes that I probably really wouldn't use a whole lot. But I think they're really soft. I love the color. I love the packaging that they come in. And they come with like this little brush carrying case that says like Wizard of Oz on it. So you can put all your brushes in here that come with this, tie this up and go traveling. I love that. Next up is going to be this like Transformative Lip Tint. I don't know what I was thinking like it was going to be balm-like. It's not. This is definitely a lip tint and it dries down. So it's not like hydrating or anything, but it does give you kind of like that popsicle lip type of tint. I know so many people love that. I don't do a whole lot of like lip tints, but I could definitely see where I could use like a really nice liner, put this on and put a really nice clear gloss over and love that. So this is definitely something that like I would have to play around with a little bit more. I love that it's like green. It reminds me of the Wicked Witch of the West, which is, she's a baddie. She's a baddie. I'm telling ya. Giant castle. Right. Make words out of her broom. Flying monkeys that work for her. All right. Okay. She's good. She's good. Next up is going to be this palette. I think this is a really pretty palette. Again, I love the packaging. I love the packaging of everything. I love Wizard of Oz. I love the mirror. I love how it has the 4 best friends. Like right here. The color story is interesting. What I do like is like some of the colors do go with. So like the Tin Man is a silver. Okay, that makes sense. Cowardly Lion, gold. Wicked Witch, green. Right? But there's some where I'm just like, why is this? Like Wild Poppies. I feel like Wild Poppies would be like more of like a reddish orange That's what I think for the poppies. Not a golden yellow. Next of all is Toto. Toto's brown. Toto is not brown. There's nothing even remotely close to being brown about Toto. Toto has black eyes. Toto has black fur. Toto is a black dog. He is not brown. So I would have appreciated that being like a black. I feel like that could have come into play and been amazing. Okay, so let's move on. Next of all, when you put your brush in, it just like gets everywhere but on your brush. It gets into the other shades. You do have to like dunk it in quite a few times, and even though you're dunking it in quite a few times to get the pigment on the brush, once you start applying it, it's not as pigmented, and you do have to build it up. Building it up is not an issue to me. I think more the issue is just like it's so much fallout. Like I'm wasting so much product. Same with like the blush. I definitely had to layer it up a little bit. Highlighter was a little bit too deep for me. Not a huge deal breaker. There's a lot of palettes that do cater more towards like light skin tones instead of deeper skin tones. So I'm fine with this needing to be like an inner quarter for me. I don't care. I don't know. The number one place is going to be like these liquid lipsticks. I love how cute and tiny they are. How many grams come in these? Oh, great. I can't read. Okay. Almost 2 mils worth of product is in here. I think I chose some really good colors to go with this collection. You know, you have one that is a little bit more of like a pinky brown shade. You kind of have a mauve. They are a little bit drying. I will say they are not as drying as her last formula, but they are still drying. So I would definitely recommend maybe putting a gloss over the top if you don't want that drying feeling. But at the same time, I put these on the back of my hand and I was trying to get them off with a makeup remover wipe. And it was on there. And then I really just like the different colors. I really feel like you have a wide variety. You have a mauve, it's a little bit more pinky. You have a pinky beige type color. That's very, very neutral. I know some people love light neutrals. That's in there. But then also if you want to do something really basic and just throw on a red lip, you can do that as well. That is it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. A comment down below when you guys do your Christmas shopping. Are you guys finished? Are you not? Don't forget to subscribe, click the little bell, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye!